coming out. In all seriousness, how many of you guys have never seen our show before? All right. Let me explain what's going to happen, what you're going to see. The first circus in America was in 1724. It's a man and his wife. He is a fire eater. She is a Lady Samson, female Amazon. By the turn of the 19th century, we've identified 17 circuses, of which 3 are permanent big settlements, including Ricketts, the father of the modern circus. The rest were small. Mom and dad are 2 to 3 children. They were out here. They traveled around on the frontier. This is where you saw a circus. When we think of a circus today, we think of big rings, ringling and all that. These were small. Most of the time we're doing what today we would call geek magic. Everything we're going to do was done in the time period. We do it in a somewhat modern way because we want you to enjoy it, but it was done in the time period. Here in Scoundrels Alley, what we're looking at is the reality of the common people. What you would have seen, what your life would have been like, what you would have put up with, what you would have had to do to survive. After the end of this, if you have any questions at all about the curiosities of which we would have brought out to educate you, because out here, the husbands and fathers won't bring your children and wives to see a show unless they thought they'd be educated, to the gambling that they would have done, to the possibilities of an honest job, which will get you enough food to survive tonight till you come to see me, and then I'm going to take it up, or even the language itself back here with that. They're not even there. What we want to explain to you, though, that because of the style of shows, and some of you have already kind of figured out the direction we go, a lot of children are here. And I want to tell you right up front, this is not a children's show. Now, it's a family show. Now, the difference between a family show and a children's show is a children's show is going to focus on the young ones and ignore everybody else. I can't do that. My job is to entertain everyone from the youngest one all the way to the old geezer in the back over there. So I will say some things that your kids won't get, but it's not inappropriate. It's not a Ren Fair where I say something bawdy and you got to... They just won't understand it. So again, it's not inappropriate or anything like that. Just explain it later. Who cares? I am a father, and I promise you I will not say anything in front of your children I would not say in front of mine when we get out of prison. Having said that, though, gentlemen, ladies, again, everything you see was done in the time period. We do it in a modern way. I'm going to tell you 3 things in this show. We are going to do a 1:30 show, which will be different than this one. We're going to be doing a 3:15, 3:20 show. It's scheduled at 3, but the Fifers are also play at the same time. That's going to be a little more intimate and a little more of the close-up things you would have seen. So we do invite you for that. Excuse me, pardon me. Having said that, what's your name, ma'am? I forgot. Kim, good. Come here, Kim. Thanks for volunteering. I know. You're sitting there thinking, sure glad you didn't call my mom, all right? What's your mom's name? What's your mom's name? What is it? Volunteer? Oh, good. Come here, ma'am. No, we do need you out. Kim's up here by herself. She doesn't want to be there. Come on, come on. No, I can't use a kid. Please, do you mind? That's fine. Come here. Yeah, you. Come here. Come on. There you go. How you doing? What's your name? You had your mouth full. Okay, I had to call you Had just for short. Candy. I call my sugar candy. You're laughing, but those of you who know where I'm going with this, get the 1920s jazz. Never mind. Kim, right? And Candy. You two know each other? No. All right, very good. This will work out even better. What I want to show you, gentlemen, is and I'm going to introduce the first of our cant words. The canting crew was a group of criminals that bounded together. They had their own language. One of the words they used was transmogrify. Now, interestingly enough, the first time I saw the word transmogrify was in the 1980s in a Calvin and Hobbes cartoon. And I thought he made up this word, transmogrify. Imagine my surprise when I found out that it's a 14th century cant term that meant to get something from point A to point B without being seen. So Candy and Kim came to me earlier and said, we would like to be part of the show, and we would like to be part of the transmogrification part of the show. And I said, well, I wasn't going to do that in this show. And they said, but please let us do it. Well, that was Candy. Kim just said, I would really prefer to do it if I could. Would you mind? So I said, all right, fine. Well, if Candy and Kim wanted, we'll do this. So, gentlemen, ladies, we shall start with a bit of demonstration of transmogrification and the ability to transport things from point A to point B. You can come up here, Kim. That's all right. In my hand, I have a deck of cards, and people say, oh, this is a modern deck. Well, yes. But you have to understand that cards are in Europe in 1388. By the 15th century, hearts, clubs, diamonds, and spades, ace through king, called a French deck. The average family in this time period will play 10 decks of cards a year. Singing, dancing, and card playing are the three most popular forms of entertainment. Probably Baptist nuts, but whatever. Nevertheless, gentlemen, the only difference between this and a period deck is the end dice. The end dice is that number right there. In a period deck, it would simply look like this. That's all you would see. The reason I don't do that is our modern audiences aren't used to this. We're used to this. I'm not trying to be insulting, but if I were to show a period deck, say, put it away, what I just show, I hear 3 of diamonds, 4 of diamonds, 9 of clubs, 12 of spades. We don't see the indices, and that's the reason that I'm going to use a modern deck, only because it's easier for a modern audience to see. Having said that, Candy, shall we begin with you? Good, she was so excited to do this. She just, please let me do this! So I hope I'll try it right. Candy, take the cards, and in my hand, out loud, everyone will help you. I want you to count out 10 cards. Everybody, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's very impressive. That normally the people that just look at me like, what are you doing? All right, Candy. All right, take your cards. I'll take these. Candy, I want you to take your 10 cards and put them somewhere I can't get to. She chooses to put them in her cell phone pocket. Now, Candy, out of curiosity, are they face up or face back? Oh, they like it much better that way. Stop it. Kim, would you do me a favor? Take the cards, count out 10 in my hands. 1, everybody. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It didn't matter. I didn't care where you put them. 8, 9, 10. All right, Kim. We'll see what kind of a woman you are. Take your 10 cards and put them somewhere I can't get to, and it's my birthday too, so feel free. I love this. I love this trick. It's just, never mind. The point is, my job in transmogrification is to move them without being seen. So to get the 10 cards that Candy has secreted upon her cell phone pocket. I never thought of it that way. Now, I didn't. Oh, for heaven. We are going to get notes about this show. The 10 cards. Don't tell the parson. I'll be hearing about this at staff meeting in the morning before church. The 10 cards that Candy is placed upon her body. Sequestered. And have them go over here to Kim's 10 cards. And at the same time, I will take Kim's 10 cards that she is, never mind, and go through and come over here and over here. This is much harder to do without me being smacked. But we shall begin. The first card is left. Candy, did you feel it? It's either good or bad, I'm not sure. It's gone through the air, and it's landed under his foot. And continued on. And landed with Kim's 10 cards. Did you feel that, Kim? That's really bad. The second card is left, gone through the air and landed with Kim. The third card before your very eyes is left and gone. And you people aren't buying this crap at all, are you? No! Because I just realized what I did wrong. But you're funny. No, I forgot to show you guys the cards. You guys don't know if they're training or not. You have no idea.
Uh-oh.
I hate this trick. Yeah, get them out. We'll just, here, just count them in my hand all together. Here, here we go. Just count them all together. Here, count them out. Here we go. 1, come on, hurry up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Are there any more in there? Show everybody! Thank you, ladies. Thank you.
That's amazing. We counted 10 cards, so I had 7.
To what would be considered magic. I'm sure the work the Faulkner, then the magician, then the Fire Kings.
We figured it out. You keep it in your hand.
Really?
I see how you do.
All right, now comes the time you've all been waiting for, the time I attempt to hurt myself. The first Circus America, he was a fire eater, she was Lady Sampson, she was also a somnambulist, a mind reader. At our next show at 1:30 again, it's going to be different. My lovely wife, Penelope, the woman with 2 kidneys, will be demonstrating the art of somnambulism, the ability to pluck thoughts from your mind. 1734, the same year as Circus Appears America. 1724, there's a man in France who introduces this as an art form and becomes part of the shows of the 18th century. However, John Lays, and for the next few minutes and to end our show with the wind, this will be fun. But as the wind's supposed to get worse throughout the day, I'm going to do this morning and so not this afternoon. He was a fire eater, Lady Sampson. A lot of people say, is this dangerous? Yes, it is. And a lot of people say, why are you doing it in front of children? My job, John Lays, and my wife's job, and the whole job of Scoundrels Alley is to show you the reality of the 18th century. We're not going to sugarcoat it for you. We're going to have fun. We're going to make it fun for you. We're going to make you laugh. We'll hopefully teach you something. But we're not going to tell you the lie. This is dangerous. Every fire manipulator I've ever met, myself included, has been burnt doing this. When I lift my chin back, you'll see a scar under here that's from a blow that went bad almost 30 years ago. It does not taste good. It does not smell good. It does not get the babes. Well, I got one, but that was... At no time will you ever see me say, okay, everybody raise your right hand and repeat after me, say, I state your name. I'm not going to sit there and go say, okay, kids, don't try this at home, try at Grandma's house. I will tell you this, do not try this at home. 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 We don't care what you do, we don't like you. All right. No, I don't. All right. Now we shall look for a fire starting implementation because we never prepare our props ahead of time. Yeah, it'll work. There were 2 types of magicians coming out of India. There were the gully or quickly men. They made their living cups and balls, linking rings, things like that. The second were called fakirs or godmen. And it was said of these that they would come down in their high holy days to show the devotions to gods that they served. I've lost it already. It is said that they would do things that most people would find impossible, and they would do it and not be hurt.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know what's going on right now. Are you an honest woman? You look honest.
Yes.
Would you verify for everyone there's nothing in my hands to keep them from you may touch them?
Nothing in your hand.
I don't tell them.
There's nothing in his hand.
Would you verify there's nothing in my mouth to keep from burning and touch it too? She would have done it. She wanted to do it. We'll try that again. This time if you see something you like, I want you to yell. I want you to scream. I want you to holler. I want you to throw small children high in the air. You can just pass that one around. She's already ready to launch. Oh, here we go. It is said that they would do things that most people find impossible, and they would do it and not be hurt. Something you people see every day, isn't it? Yeah, I can see that. Would you like to see me take a flaming burning torch and place it in my mouth? Say yes! Yes! Come on. You want to see me take a flaming burning torch, place it in my mouth? Say yes! Oh, please. You want to see me take a flaming burning torch, place it in her mouth? Say yes! All right, I give you my lovely wife Penelope one more time, the woman with 2 kidneys. Come on up here, woman.
Do I have a choice?
No, know your place. Right behind me, 2 steps. Keep your mouth shut. I love these little shows. You can say the neatest things. All right, before I go any farther, though, I also said I would not knowingly lie to you in any way, shape, or form, except I've just lied to you. This is not my lovely wife, Penelope. This is my lovely wife, Susan. Penelope's just her stage name. She's my wife. We've been married for 14 happy years. Now, what's going to happen?
We've been married for 38 years.
I know. I said happy years. What's going to happen?
You might want to make it 10.
Okay. Wait. I don't know why you're laughing, sir. I know you're married. I can see the pain in your eyes. I'll get a bigger flame. Now, what's going to happen? On the count of 3, You all yell fire in the hole, and I will take the lit burning torch and place it in my lovely waist. Put your head back. 1, 2, put your head back. 1, put your head back. What? Put your open your mouth. 1. What? 1. 1, 2, 3.
Fire in the hole.
Your turn.
That's all right, folks. It's a free share. You get what you pay for.
Stop putting a flaming torch in her mouth.
Shut up, kid.
Do it again.
All right. Again, a lot of people say, why do you do this? This is the historical. These are the entertainment you would have seen. This is what you would have seen. Again, it doesn't taste good. It is dangerous. I have been hurt. But the wind's kicking up. Great. I've got facial hair, which fire eaters didn't have because I'm an idiot. Right. They were called fire kings. Human talent measures incombustible ability to defy pain. Sometimes they would take the torch, they would put in their mouths, and bring it back out. Now this is called showing off. This is also burning my nose hairs. You know what? I like you people. I like some of you people.
I like you too. Some of you.
Some of them. At least there's some people that we like.
I don't like any of these people. Whatever. I'm going to attempt to do the hardest one there is. I'm going to take this torch, I'm going to light it. While it's burning, I'm going to place it upon my tongue, igniting my tongue on fire.
Oh.
To prove that, I will take an unlit torch and light it from the flame on my tongue. Now, the men fakirs very rarely did this. Now, the women could do it. They would do it. Now, I did some research to find out why the women can do it and men could not. It seems that women, on average, talk 6 times more than men, building up calluses on the... You weren't going to tip me anyway, lady. It doesn't matter what I say. Now, in the interest of showing our intelligence and our learnedness, I will say that this is a French trick. It was known as tongue flambe. In England, we called it ouch. And I know what you're thinking, and you're right. This is a stupid way to make a living.
You really should not do your job.
Funniest part about this show, sons, we've both been to college. That's right, kids. Stay in school. Look what it did for us. All right, here we go.
The stuff you're dipping it in. Ooh, I saw it. Did you see that? You told me it was on fire.
Folks, we have one last thing with fire we're going to share with you as soon as I figure out where. There, that side, this side, this way. Back there? Yeah, we'll go back here. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to ask you all to kind of stay where you're at. You can stand up and move towards the tree, but I'm going to go back there. Let me explain what's going to happen. The oldest of the circus arts is fire eating. It dates back to about 2,100 years ago, about 150 years before the birth of Christ. In the land of Samaria, there was a prisoner taken captive. It was said of him that he could speak to the gods and fire would spew from his mouth. They called it, they were so amazed, they actually made him their king. And he was such a bad king, they beheaded him 6 months later. So that we could do that today with politicians. But before I did my last thing, and I hate this part, however, again, keeping you within historical reality, before I did my last thing, we would bring out a bucket or something and say, if you liked our show, you have to give us money, and here's how much you have to give. Have I done that? No. Why? Because it's rude. It's obnoxious, and I won't do it. What I will say, gentlemen, is if you do like our show, please tell the people up front, thank the Sampsons for bringing us in. If you really enjoy the show and like to help us make a living and want to be part of the 18th century, feel free to drop something in. But again, I wouldn't suggest an amount you might want to consider dropping in. That would be really cruel, really obnoxious, and I would never do that. We're going to go back here, though. Oh, and if you happen to be a Hebrew scholar, please don't do what it says. All right, Hebrew is read from left to right. When I have to explain the jokes, it's not funny at all. Come back out here. Folks, we're going to ask you not to go past the tree. I'm going to go behind the tree. I'm going to ask you not to. Count with me! 1. Count with me. On 3, count with me. With me. Shut up. 1, 3.
1. Okay, sorry. And let's count to 3 starting with 1. 1, 2, 3.
I didn't like that. Sometimes I don't like it.
Count to 3 starting with 1. 1, 2, 3.
But remember, children, remember this well. If you take nothing out of this show, kids, remember, smoking is bad for your health. We thank you for laughter, we thank you for applause. We do make a lot of our living this way. If you want to drop something in, a 5, a 10, a 20, we'd love to get out of your state. If you have any questions about entertainment, what's going on in Curiosity and Scoundrels Alley, thank you. The entertainments they had, the work they had, what common life was like, do stick around, talk to us, gentlemen. Our area is for you to ask questions. Thanks for coming out. You've been a wonderful audience. Give yourself a hand. That way, we've got 3 ropes all of the same length, and we can do the trick itself. Now again, because we have 3 ropes, because I'm going to tie 2 knots so that you can have twice the chance to follow along, correct? Never mind. Again, you tie what's called Harold. You simply do that by wrapping one end around to the other, back and through, and under and back. Once you've got it tied back and through and under around, you take it around and under and back and through the same way that you went and out, but this time back and forth and under and through. Correct?
Right.
All right, we'll tie that. Okay, we've got our first herald. The second herald is done the same way. We simply take the rope, tie it around, back and through and under and forward, and through and out the same way that you went back and through, pulling tight. Then you go back and forth and under and through the same way that you went and out, first pulling tight and back and through and under and back. That way you can pull tight and have herald. Now that you have the 2 knots, you simply reach in your pockets to find that bit of pixie dust, sprinkling it liberally upon the knots, causing the knots to collapse back into their molecular constituency and back into. Now, I know there's some confusion here, so if anybody has any questions, now is a good time to ask. If you have questions, go ahead and feel free to ask, because it's the only way we're going to learn. There's no such thing as a dumb but what? What's not? Just have to open your eyes. Well, go get your pixie dust and try it. You don't have any pixie dust? No, we make it ourselves. Yeah, we make it at home. You can make pixie dust at home, by the way, though. If your parents decide to try to make the pixie dust at home, send the children out of the house. Because I will tell you right now, when you put the pixies in the blender, it makes a terrible racket. Well, once that happens, what's going to happen is you're simply taught, wait till the knots will dissolve back and through, and that way, young ladies, you can pull it out. There you have all 3 knots, all 3 ropes back into one before your very eyes, and that is how the trick is done. Now that we're done with the nonsense, then we get on with the reality of what we're about to do. The enthusiastic crowd is overwhelming here. Here to think of a number between 1 and 10. When you have that number, I want you to raise your hand. I'm not going to call upon you, but I want to make sure that you're following along. I'll I'll wait for those of you from Iowa to figure out a number between 1 and 10. Take that number and multiply it by 10. When you have the answer, raise your hand. Take that number and subtract 6 from it. When you have the answer, raise your hand. Oh, it's not that hard, honey. You should have a 2-digit number in your mind. I want you to think of the digit in the ones place. Think back to elementary math, ones, tens, and hundreds. Think of the digit in the ones place. When you have it, raise your hand. Think that digit and think alphabetically. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4, on down the list. Match its letter to its digit. When you have it, raise your hand. Very good. Take that letter and think of a country in Europe that begins with that letter. When you have it, raise your hand. Excellent. Think of the last letter of that country's name and think of an animal that begins with that letter. When you have it, raise your hand. Think of the last letter of that animal's name and think of a color that begins with that letter. When you have it, raise your hand. You have it, my dear? There's no orange kangaroos in Denmark. 6 people like that. Good. If the circus appears in America, there's a man in France who can put himself in dreamlike state, enter your mind, and know what you're thinking. He called his art form a somnambulist because a somnambulist, those of you who know anything about wordage, a somnambulist is a sleepwalker. That's the scientific term for a sleepwalker, is a somnambulist. Because he was putting himself in this dreamlike state, he called it a somnambulist. My lovely wife has that ability to pluck thoughts. And we're going to take a few minutes to demonstrate this before we move on to the big stuff. Now, ladies, of course, a lot of people say, well, how did you figure this out? Well, my lovely wife and I have been together for a long time. When we first met, she was a young lass of 15 and I a manly man of 17. We went on our first date and I realized she was very special because all night long she knew exactly what I was thinking. It was scary how that worked out. We realized she had that ability to pluck thoughts from her mind. So, ladies, a bit of demonstration. Most of these last 18 to 20 minutes, we're going to take 2 or 3 minutes of your time because an outdoor event it's hard to do this. The first thing I'm going to do, of course, is cover my wife's gorgeous green eyes.
My eyes are brown.
I don't know what's her name, my first one.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, it is.
All right, Penelope, can you see?
No.
How many fingers am I holding up?
Some.
Very good. Can she read minds? Yes, she can. Will I prove it? Yes, how will I prove it? Observe. Penelope, concentrate. I'm thinking a number between 10 and 20.
What is it?
14.
That's right.
See how good she is? I know what you're thinking. How can they afford us here? All right. Now, ladies, I'm going to do this with a piece of chalk and slate. 3 or 4 digit number to deck of cards. Turn around. Now, a lot of people say, what about these cards you're using? These period cards? Well, no. Actually, kind of, yes, sort of. Turn around. Cards are in Europe in 1388 by the 15th century. Hearts go time to space. Ace 3 king called a French deck. Average family, turn around. The average family in this time period is going to go through 10 decks of cards a year. Singing, dancing, card playing are the 3 most popular forms of entertainment in the 18th. Turn around. In the magician's world, I would stack the deck in order and memorize it. That's hard to do, so I haven't stacked the deck. But are they all different, sir? You can take them back too if you want. I don't care. Okay, I did not ask you to shuffle them. You are the meanest man I have ever. Actually, go ahead and take them. I do want you to shuffle them up so that you can put that. If they are stacked, by shuffling them up, we've broken the stack, so I can't memorize them. All right. And the final part of this is to take the cards back and force a card upon you. I know 7 ways, 6 ways. I can't force the card to see. But I would make you pick the card I want. What I want, it's not a given deck, sir. It really is. But you check as much until you are satisfied. There's one more thing I need you to do. I want you to go to somebody in the audience you don't know. Have them pick a card. That's the card we're going to use. Oh yeah, get the guy beside you. Take a card, sir. Anyone you want. Not that one. Not that one. Take the 4th one down. Just take a card. I don't care.
Yes, you do.
All right. Now, the important thing is when I show this card, I want everyone take a look at this card. All right? Uh-huh. Yeah. Right. You, madam, hold the card. The second part of this has to do with a slate, piece of chalk, and a 3 or 4 digit number. Sir, would you mind writing a 3 or 4 digit number on here fairly large that everyone can see it? As they pass it through. Yeah, just make it large, but 3 or 4 digits. I don't care. again, I want everyone to see this number, and I want you to begin to concentrate on the number. Do not shout out the number, just remember the number. Now, what my wife cannot do is start over here and shout out the entire number. That's impossible. It cannot be done. If anybody does that, it's a lie. It's a trick. However, what she can do is begin to get a sense of what you're thinking, provided we work individually as we go across. So I want everyone to concentrate on this digit. If she gets it right, we'll move to the next one. Everyone with me? Yes?
Yes.
Right? All right, Penelope, let's go. Penelope. Hey!
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't listening at all. Not that I ever listen to it. Usually when he yells like that, it's time to do numbers on the chalkboard. So the first number on the chalkboard, I get the feeling it's a round number. But it's not a whole round. It's like 2 half-round things. Like candle numbers, how much is 3?
Uh-huh.
The next number is a little bit bigger than a 3.
Yes?
It's a number that's not round at all. It's really straight. It's like a pencil straight. But it has an angle to it like a 3 and so much before.
Yeah?
The next number is smaller than a 4.
Yes?
It's a number that once again is really, really straight. No round to it. But this one's really straight like a 10 volt.
Yep. Penelope, what was the card?
Card is a speed of spades. And take the blindfold off.
You sure can, because you're probably going to need it for what we do next. Oh, thank you. Yes, I'm not a wealthy man. Thank you. All right. Who here is honest? Really? That's it? Seriously, who here is honest? You're not honest, sir? Are you honest? Is he honest, ma'am? Is he yours? So if I ask him some questions and he gave me an honest answer, would he be honest about them? All right. What's his name? Yeah. Mark. That's his name. Does Mark carry pictures with him? No, he doesn't carry pictures in his wallet. Does he carry a wallet? And he doesn't have pictures in his wallet? No. I think you're both lying to me. Mark, you have pictures in your wallet? Yeah. All right, well, pull it out. Let's see what you got. She doesn't believe you. Go ahead, Mark. Show her. You got pictures in your wallet. Look at that. He's got pictures in his wallet. Hey, Mark, who do you have in your wallet? Where you lost? Yeah, he's no fun. Who else you got? Grant. Ooh, Grant would be a lot of fun. Yeah. Hey, pull Grant out. Show everybody what Grant looks like. A lot of people have never seen Grant before. Go ahead, show him. Seriously. You guys see what Grant looks like? It's pretty cool. Hey, you know what? This will be good. Mark, right? Yeah. Now, I don't want people to think that somehow I'm going to cheat you and steal from you and anything. So what I want you to do, Mark, is I want you to take this authentic 18th century pre-ink quill and I want you to write your name across Grant's face there so that everybody can see that I'm not trying to pull anything on you. All right, go ahead. Never done Grant. This will be it. All right. Now, gentlemen, what I'm about to show you is a version of the oldest continuing magic trick in the world, but I want to get to the idea of trust so that we all realize we're going to trust each other. I do, however, need my quill back because there are some people who came in late, and I do need to pause to recap. Mark, let me ask you a question. Your name is Mark? Is that your name? Did you write that there? First time felony? So this is Grant. Kids, this is what Grant looks like. He's worth about $25 today. Worth about $25 today. Now, but again, I want trust. This is the idea of trust. So Mark, did I ask your lovely wife if you had pictures in your wallet? Did she say no? Because she was wrong. Now she's going to want to know what else you got in your wallet. But Mark, I asked you if you had pictures of people in your wallet. You said yes. This is the picture of Grant you pulled out of your wallet. This is the picture of Grant that you signed your name on. This is the picture of Grant that you feloned yourself with. This is the picture of Grant you gave me. Thank you very much. You heard him. He just gave me $50. Thanks for that. Wonderful audience. Thanks for coming out. We're done now. Where'd you go now? All fine. All fine. What I'm going to show you, gentlemen, ladies, is baby. Hang on just a second. Don't worry, Mark. You get that Honest, we'll be honest. So that way you can see it. Show it up. Hold it up. I'm going to come back to that in just a minute. I forgot. I need to do something before I get to that part. I know what I've got to do. Of all the things you might have seen, gentlemen, what I want to show you is the most historically accurate, because this is the oldest thing you'll have seen. You might have seen a card trick, that card trick, you might have seen that rope trick. You would have seen what I'm going to show you. For gentlemen, ladies, I'm a Faulkner shower of small tricks. Of all the things I could show you, this is the most historic. It's over 2,000 years old. Some magicians will tell you that it's over 4,000. I won't. I get back to 2,800 years. This is traditionally done with 3 cups and 3 balls. I'm going to do it with 1 cup and 1 ball, so it's easy to follow. Hi, what's your name? I don't care. Just hold the cup. Right. Hold the cup. Here you go. And you, my dear, hold the stick, battered baton. It wasn't called a wand until Disney about 80 years ago. Play the shoe. Catch the ball. Very good. All right, what do you have in your hand, my dear? A cup. What's in it? Here, have a close look. Nothing. Very good. And you have in your hand, my dear, a stick, a baton, called made out of wood, made out of willow. Actually, I've told you that. Traditionally made out of willow. Do not ask me why. Sometimes when we do research, we cannot find the answers, and I'll be honest. It was traditionally made out of willow. I do not know why. And you have?
Well, ready? Ready? Whoa! I totally missed.
I'm not from around here, Lee. Where I'm from, this means throw the ball here.
I'll try to get it.
I'll give you another chance at it. Right. There you go, right here. Throw the ball.
This is why I was in band, not sports.
Throw me the ball. Throw me the ball. On 5, 4.
So you do it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You were obnoxious before.
Is that your husband? Yeah. Oh, you could have done better. There's an old saying in magic that a magician never tells you your secret because you know it's stupid. But there's nothing that says I can't tell you the trick. Now I can go around here and say, hey guys, I want to teach you this trick, but I got to sell it to you and make you all give me money. Or I can go to somebody like Mark and say, hey Mark, you got some money that we can have and we'll just teach the kids the trick and you pay for it all? And look what Mark did. He donated $5 for us to do this trick. So everybody give Mark a big hand for giving us that money. I'm going to show you how the trick's done because here in Scoundrels Alley, we're all about teaching and educating and make you learn something. So I tell you what though, I'm not going to use the balls. They're too hard to see. I use this. This is the hat. It's easier to see. I'll use these. These are red sponge balls. They come out of the Red Sea. Yes, they do. Because if they came out of the Black Sea, they wouldn't be red. What you do is you have 2 balls. I take this ball, I place it in my hand. I take the second ball and I put it in the hat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tap it. I'm going to tap the ball. It's going to leave the hand and it's going to go under the hat. Now I'm going to show you again, because you weren't following along. You take the ball, and you place it in your hand. You take the other ball and you put it in the hat. What you do is you tap, and you tap the ball, leaves the hand, it goes under the hat. Now somebody didn't see it, so I'll tell you what, I'm going to do this again. Watch closely. I take the ball, I place it in my hand. I'll show you again, you weren't watching. You take the ball, you place it in your hand. I know, but the people aren't here. It's going too fast. I need to slow it down for them. Do you mind if I slow it down for them? Okay, I'll slow it down for you. It's called a retention vanish. It is the oldest trick written about in magic. You take the ball, you pretend to put the ball in your hand, but you retain it back. And you go like this, which causes misdirection. Kids, misdirection is a big fancy term that says if I get you to watch over here, you'll never see what I do over here. That's how Congress works. So you take the ball, you put it in your hand, you pretend to put the ball over here, you go like that, misdirection, you take, thank you. You take the second ball, which is now both balls in your hand, this one's empty, and you go like this, make a big production. What's really happened is absolutely nothing. I've just lied, I've just cheated, and Mark thinks that's the stupidest waste of money I ever did. Why did I give him my money to begin with? But I'm being an honest man, we'll say. So, we'll make it easy. Mark, how many balls do I have in my hand? This one. If I put a ball under the hat, Mark, how many balls do I have under the hat? Make this ball disappear in the most magical way. Look, the monkey's over there again! So Mark, how many balls are in the hat? No, that's actually only one ball in the hat. See, I haven't done anything, Mark. See, I haven't picked up the stick. Watch the stick. The stick is the trick. The stick is the secret. It doesn't have anything to do with the trick, but it tells everybody in on the trick that I've just done something. So I take the ball, put it back over. Mark, how many balls are in the hat? Did you bet your life on it? No. There's only one ball in the hat, Mark. I take the second ball, and I put it down here, but I go like this, grab the stick, tap, how many balls in the hat? No, there's only one. I'm just fooling. That's only one ball. That's a trick. It's a stick for heaven's sake. Mark, how many balls are in the hat? Very good. I take this ball and I put it down here. Somewhere. There it is. I go like, how many under the hat? How many under the hat, Mark? How many? Two. Mark. How many, Mark? Two. No, there's only one ball under the hat. I'll tell you what, Mark, let's do it the easiest possible way I can. Put a ball under the hat. I'm going to take the second ball, Mark, and I'm going to put it under the hat. Now, Mark, how many balls are under the hat? Two. So if I take one away, Mark, how many under the hat? So I put how many under the hat, Mark? How many under the hat, Mark? Two. If I take one away, how many under the hat, Mark? If I put one away, how many under the hat, Mark? How many? How many? Five. Take the balls and put them right down here. Alright, take the balls all right down here. Down here, just down here, just down on the ground. Now comes the question. Yeah, just drop down there. Mark, if you remember, I started out, as soon as the kids sit down. Sit down, sit down. If you think about it, Mark, I started out with 2 crochet balls and a cup. I got rid of the 2 crochet balls and left the cup. So the question I asked you, Mark, how many balls are under the cup? 1. No, that would be a limit, Mark. That would be a limit. I like you, Mark. How many balls are under the cup? Mark, it's a limit. I told you it's a limit. I'll make it easy on you, Mark. How many balls are under the hat? Tell me the end of our little demonstration. Well, Mark, I'm going to throw these 2 limits to you. In a minute, I'm going to ask for one of them back. You have to decide which one you're going to give me back. Before I finish up, though, gentlemen, before I do that, go back to Mark. At this particular time, before they did their last big thing, they would say, did you enjoy the show? Yes. Woo! Say, if you enjoyed the show, you have to give us money, and here's how much you have to give. I haven't done that, and I'll tell you why. That's rude. It's obnoxious. If you enjoyed our show, please do tell the Sampsons, tell the people up front. If you really enjoyed the show and want to help us make a living, the street entertainers, and that's my wife and I, we'll pull out a bucket and say, if you like our show, drop something in. But I'm not going to sit here and suggest an amount you might want to drop in. That would be really rude, obnoxious. Never do that. But before I turn you loose, run up there and throw all kinds of money in the hat. Mark, going to take anything from you? Did I tell you I was going to steal anything from you? Keep anything from you? You gave me something, Mark. You gave me one thing, right? I gave you two. So I tell you what, Mark. I want one of those back. But the one you give me back is the one you want me to end the show with. So choose wisely, Mark. Throw me the one you want me to end with.
He's not going to use it. I think the question is, do you want the thing that you gave him?
Oh, man. Uh-oh.
The kid's roll. That's probably the kid's
Now, Mark, because the kid has touched it, I'll give you a chance. Do you want to switch it out, or are you still happy with this one? Okay, this one you want me to use? All right. So in the end of this demonstration, though, is the last thing we'll say. Again, Mark, I said I wasn't going to keep anything from you, correct? I said I was going to steal anything. So, Mark, I gave you a choice of which lemon you wanted me to use, and you wanted me to use this one, right? So, Mark, I guess that only leaves us one last question. Mark, did you sign your name on this $50 bill? Thank you for that. Thank you for calling. If you do like a lot of our living this way, if you want to jump something in, a 5, a 10, or 50, feel free. If you have questions about historical, this is yours. If you have questions about historical entertainment or anything going on in Scouters Alley, stick around, talk to us. Thanks for coming out. You've been a wonderful audience. Give yourself a standing ovation.